Hello, welcome back to Vlogtide. Today I'm going to be sharing my 23andMe test results. This is not a live reaction because I didn't even think to do that because I'm silly. I got too excited. So here we are. I'm going to spend a lot of time today reading off of my phone. This is also not sponsored in any way, shape or form. I paid for this myself. No one asked me to do it. I made the decision myself, paid all the money myself. It was half price at the time, but just in their normal holiday sale. And I just was interested in the results. So now that that's out of the way, I also got the Ancestry and Health because obviously. And just a little background first. None of this is anything diagnostic in terms of health, and family DNA relatives are not necessarily like, hey, this is gonna be a cool family thing. We just share a small amount of DNA and it's really helpful in tracing back family trees. I'm gonna keep everyone's data super anonymous, like no one's having any names. They will be like briefly mentioned of like, I have a cousin, but nothing like that. So no juicy family gossip for you. So it comes on an app. All of your results are app based, and they do ancestry report, DNA, relatives, health highlights, blood and biomarkers, which is basically you fill that in yourself. I have yet to do that because my blood test results have gone missing. And then they do physical features, wellness, and some other traits. Shall we just go in order? Let's go in order. Okay. Ancestry report. This will come as a surprise to absolutely nobody. Ignore the ring light. Can you see that? 100% British, Northwestern European. All British and Irish. Like, not even a little bit interesting. That's a lie. It's very interesting to me, especially the Celtic side of things. If we look at the breakdown a little bit more, we have United Kingdom, highly likely. We found the strongest evidence of your ancestry in the following 10 regions: Greater London, West Midlands, Merseyside, Greater Manchester, Glasgow City, Lancashire, Kent, South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, Tyne and Ware. That tracks roughly-ish with what I have been told about my family history. Ish. And then we come on to Ireland. We found strongest evidence of your ancestry in the following 10 regions: County Cork, County Dublin, County Kerry, County Galway, County Mayo, County Donegal, County Limerick, County Tipperary, County Wexford and County Sligo. Never heard of that one, I'm so sorry. So that's pretty cool. And then I can explore my British and Irish heritage, which I absolutely will be doing in the new year. Just a little bit off topic, just for a little second. Ancestry in Druidry, especially in the Obod focus, ancestry comes up. As a part of my Druid studies, it's not necessarily part of the course, but I have chosen to find out as much as I can about my family tree and the cultures involved in that. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But there are other cultures than my own, and I want to learn about those. I want to learn about the family history, how we got to where we are in the globe, all of that sort of stuff. So this is super interesting, and this gives me a really good starting point to do that. And it's really cool to know like roughly where in Ireland I sort of come from. I still very much identify myself as Cornish because in the UK that's kind of where I grew up, and culturally that is where I'm from. And I've never been to Ireland, never known anybody that is Irish. We're all just kind of like British, Cornish-ish, depending who you speak to. Like my most recent family history is Cornwall. And culturally Cornish. That's where we're at, if that makes sense. Moving on. Let's do DNA relatives next. Okay. I asked on Instagram, how many distant cousins do you think you have? And honestly, people undershot massively. Some people were like 75, maybe 100. No. Especially in my case, like obviously this isn't for everyone, but the way families work, I really underestimated how this would work. For some reason I thought I would only have like 1 or 2 sets of great-great-great-great-grandparents. I think I have 32 sets, so that's a lot of kids having kids, having kids, having kids. And that has led me to having 1,500 DNA relatives that have used the app, and it goes all the way down to like 0.2% shared DNA, which is roughly 4th cousins and greater, all the way up to like distant cousins. So it's not like, oh my god, long lost family member, it's just how it works. I was not expecting 1,500. And I reached out to a few of them because some of them are really interested in learning about their family history, and no matter how distant you are, they're like, please get in touch. So I got in touch with those people, and I have 2 people that are, there's one that's a first cousin twice removed, and then there's a second cousin that is once removed on the app. So I reached out to those as well, even though they didn't say, hey, reach out. So we'll see if that happens in the future. That's my business. But I reached out to some really distant cousins, and it's so cool, like how we, like, it's just blown my mind. I literally took yesterday off of making videos so I could just like sit and hyper focus on this. So we have another non-binary person in the family, so I can now say that that runs in the family. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's how I'm saying it. We have musicians, we have lots of musicians, we have people from Scandinavia, we have people from different areas in the UK, we have lots of Americans. Oh, it's just wild. To me, it's so good. And I've been chatting to them and getting to know them and like family history and how far up their ladder they've gone and how far up my ladder that I've currently gone. We've not found who's who yet, but we're getting there, and it's really, really fun. And some of the musicians have sent me their music, and they are all banging. They're great. But yeah, I have 1,500 DNA relatives on this app, and that's just wild. What's next? Health highlights, what most of you are probably here for. So the health predisposition tests for certain genetic mutations involved with certain illnesses or diseases or disorders. They are not diagnoses. I'm going to say it again, they're not diagnoses. Just because you carry a mutation or you have both mutations, it doesn't mean that you have the thing, will have the thing. It just tells you that you have that mutation, and that mutation doesn't always necessarily lead to development of symptoms or disease. Sometimes you can just have it and you just hold it, and that's it. So none of this is a diagnosis. Do not try and project it onto me. Do not analyse my videos to see if I have any of these things, okay? Okay, so BRCA1 and 2, not detected. Late onset Alzheimer's disease, not detected. MUTYH associated polyposis, not detected. Parkinson's disease, not detected. Age-related macular degeneration, increased risk. And I carry three mutations. They test for 2. One of them I have 2 copies of, and the other one I have 1 copy of. I don't know which parent from which, and if I knew, I still wouldn't tell you, because it's not your business, it's their business. People with this result have an increased risk of developing age-related macular degeneration. Lifestyle and other factors can also affect your risk, which will lead on to a 2022 goal that I already had for myself. And this is just a little bit more motivation to kind of make it happen. It's less screen time. Next, celiac disease, slightly increased risk. Oh, can't make that joke anymore. Let's just not make that joke anymore. Good, okay, so what does this one say? Max, you have one of the 2 genetic variants we tested. I think I only have 1 copy. Let me check. Yes, I only have 1 copy of that, and I think that translates to approximately about 3% chance that I will develop celiac disease at any point in my life. It's not like a prediction that it will happen. It's just, you know, some people who have celiac disease also have this. On an unrelated note, I am currently being tested for that, so let's just not make that joke anymore for a little while. Next one. Hereditary hemochromatosis HFE related. This is also known as the Celtic curse. And Max, you have one of the 2 genetic variants we tested. And yes, I do. But this test does not diagnose hereditary hemochromatosis or any other health condition. You are not likely at risk of developing iron overload related to hereditary hemochromatosis based on your genetic result. Because I only carry 1 copy of the gene, I think I'm at a 2 or 3% chance of ever developing it. And then type 2 diabetes. Max, your genetics are associated with an increased likelihood of developing type 2 diabetes. Typical range is up to about 35%. I'm at 45%. This report does not diagnose any health conditions, we know that, and it is really based on how you live your life. And I am also currently being tested for type 2 diabetes, I think type 1 as well. They're running a diabetes screening on me because I have some symptoms. Can't make the joke anymore. And then we move on to alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, variants not detected, chronic kidney disease, not detected, familial hypercholesterolemia, not detected, G6PD deficiency, not detected, hereditary amyloidosis, not detected, hereditary thrombophilia, not detected. So we're doing great. Carrier status, there are 45 things that they tested for with multiple genetic mutations. I didn't carry any of them, so I'm not going to read the list because it's a lot. One thing I am going to mention though is I do not carry the genes for Usher's type 1 or Usher's type 3, and I have no reason to believe that I have Usher's type 2. So you can stop asking in my DMs. No reason to believe that I have Usher's syndrome, thank you very much. People can be deafblind from other things. Wellness, caffeine consumption, likely to consume more, genetic weight, predisposed to weigh less than average, that tracks. Sleep movement, likely more than average. I mean, I make my bed every day, but you should see it when I don't. Deep sleep, less likely to be a deep sleeper, but being deaf, I sleep through literally anything, so that might be a bit skewed. Lactose intolerance, likely tolerant, meh. Muscle composition, now this made me cackle. Muscle composition, common in power athletes. Yes, it me. Strong. Elite athlete. Like, I know I coach wheelchair basketball, but I didn't coach out of pure skill and talent. So that's fun. I have the CT type. So TT is an uncommon result for elite power athletes, and CC is a common result for elite power athletes, and so is CT. This just means I produce the protein called alpha-actinin 3, which is found in fast-twitch muscle fibers. While some people don't produce this protein at all, almost all of the elite power athletes who have been studied have a genetic variant that allows them to produce the protein. So I have that, which might explain some of the weird stuff that I can do in the gym when I used to go to the gym. Strange times. And the fact that I can just do pull-ups and push-ups and I don't train for them. I'm not particularly ripped, just the small amount of muscle I have is just way stronger than it probably should be. Traits. See, the traits was a little bit hit and miss, but it didn't, they're all like likely to, so it's not like, oh yeah, you have detached earlobes, because I don't. It just says likely detached earlobes. But a lot of them are accurate. Ability to match musical pitch, about 50-50 chance, which I would say is accurate because I don't talk about it here and I've never showed any of you, but I am musical, so I'd like to think that that's true. Asparagus odour detection, likely can smell, yes. Bitter taste, likely can taste. Some more information on the bitter taste. Your genetics make you likely to be able to detect certain bitter tastes. Do raw broccoli or Brussels sprouts taste bitter to you? Yes. Yes, they do. Bunions, less likely than average to have had a bunion. Yeah, so far so good. Cilantro taste aversion, also known as coriander. Slightly higher odds of disliking cilantro. I hate it. I said before, I'm one of the soap people. It's horrible. Don't put it in things. Fear of heights, less likely than average to be afraid of heights. Like, I'm not super hyped on heights, more scared of falling than actually the height, but I'd say that was roughly accurate. Fear of public speaking, about a 50-50 chance of having a fear of public speaking. I'll let you answer that one. Flat feet, more than likely than average to have flat feet. I made a video about this, so up there's my new feet that help my flat feet. Hair thickness, less likely to have thick hair. That's incorrect. I have super thick hair. Can't really tell because I've shaved most of it off. Trust me, it was thick. Ice cream flavour preference, more likely to prefer vanilla over chocolate ice cream. Definitely true. More likely to experience motion sickness. Yeah, it's awful. Photic sneeze reflex. Nope. Sweet versus salty, likely prefer salty, and I absolutely do. Wake up time, likely to wake up around 8:55 AM. Yeah, yesterday I woke up at 8:55 on the dot after I turned off all my alarms because I kept sleeping through the ones at 8 o'clock. Thought I needed more sleep, just setting the alarm for the wrong time. So this morning I set it for 9, I was up and awake. Physical features, the last part. Cheek dimples. 62% chance you do not have cheek dimples. Cleft chin, 90% chance you do not have a cleft chin. Nope, all good. Dandruff, cute. 55% you have never had dandruff. Well, I have, but it's not like a chronic problem. Earlobe type, 86% chance you have detached earlobes. That is incorrect. There's still 14% chance that I have attached earlobes, and like I am literally allergic to cold, so being the 14% doesn't shock me. Earwax type, for all of the deafies out there, 93% that you have wet, sticky earwax. Yeah. Eye colour. 52% chance of blue eyes, 21% chance of greenish blue eyes, 17% chance of green eyes, 8% chance of light hazel eyes, really low percent chance of brown eyes. Well, they're not brown. They are, I would describe them as blue but like greenish, so probably greenish blue, but I also have a very, very tiny central heterochromia, which is like a hazel. Finger length ratio. 59% chance that your ring finger is longer than your index finger. Yeah. Freckles. 55% chance you have few, if any, freckles. Don't have any freckles. Hair photo bleaching. 85% chance you experience hair photo bleaching. Yes. As a child, this was particularly prominent because my hair was like glow in the dark blonde. It was great. Hair texture. 44% chance of slightly wavy hair, 22% chance of straight hair. Yeah, I was doing the curly girl method for a little bit and it was slightly wavy. Then I cut it all off and now it's whatever this is. 45% chance of dark blonde hair, 25% chance of light brown hair. Okay, I've not washed it in a while, so it probably is a bit darker than it actually is, and also I have not left the house, so the photo bleaching hasn't kicked in. It is a light brown, sometimes a very dark blonde. I would say I have brown hair. Newborn hair, 60% chance you had little or no hair at birth. I had quite a bit of hair, but I was late. Red hair, 99% chance you do not have red hair. Nope, I dyed it. Skin pigmentation, 39% chance of very fair skin, 32% chance of moderately fair skin, 25% chance of light beige skin, 3% chance of olive skin, less than 1% chance of anything darker than that. And I think the fact that I blend in with my jumper and the wall most times, that's why I've got flags up in the background. Accurate. Stretch marks, 75% chance you have stretch marks. Believe it or not, I do, but they're on my ass cheeks, so you can't see them. Toe length ratio, also not going to show you my feet. 57% chance that you have a longer big toe. And that's true. I thought everybody did, and it turns out that that's not the case. And that's about everything that my genetics told me. Everything else that I've learnt about myself and my family history have been through reaching out and talking to the DNA relatives that I have. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section below, and while you're there, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can keep a track of maybe this journey. I might share it, I might not, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month, apart from this month, which is Vlogtide. And you're getting one video every single day for 21 days in the lead up to Yule. See ya!